Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nubraids. We are on the test server, and there's a lot to cover in today's video. We've got a pretty substantial update to the siege mode in the game. Like we can see, we now have traps, a whole bunch of stuff happening. We're going to break it down. A bunch of miscellaneous quality of life as well. We'll probably cover that at the end. And in the middle, they've actually changed not Hydra, Chimera, the other one. Chimera has seen a few different changes, which is kind of cool. So we'll be breaking all of this down. Let's just dive into it because there's a lot to cover. So first of all, let's look at Siege. So here we go. And we'll break it down step by step. So a Siege expansion is happening. We will introduce a significant expansion to Siege battles in the coming update. This, by the way, is the official summary from Plarium. The changes so far include new building levels, a new defensive mechanic, and a couple of quality of life changes for the community. So we've got new building levels. The highest possible level of all Clan Fortress buildings will be increased from 3 to 6, and each new upgrade will unlock more defense team slots. So there will be a level 6 stronghold with 30 defense teams. A level 6 mana shrine will have 18. Level 6 Magic Tower will have 9, and a level 6 Defense Tower will have 12. Keep in mind that increasing any building's level above 3 will cost more resources than before, and the repair costs will likewise increase. Great. Delighted by that. On the other hand, you'll earn more mana orbs for defending high-level strongholds and mana shrines, and you also get an opportunity to earn more orbs for rebattling enemy teams in the mana shrines you capture during the battle phase, since there are more teams to fight. I think there will only be more teams to fight if the enemy has also upgraded their stuff. Realistically, a big problem with Siege, as it has been, is there hasn't really been a point to upgrading, because you get more defense teams, but they get more attacks, and the attackers have an advantage. So, because you have to pre-gear everything, they can swap around their gear, and obviously you can, your defense is blind, whereas their attack isn't. So it's a bit strange, but it's pretty substantial. A level 1 stronghold has 12 defenses. A level 6 stronghold is going to have 30. Let me do some quick maths. Let me add this up. Hang on. Okay, so quick maths put together. There are 18 posts. So with a level 1 base, there's 18 posts. You've got 12 in the stronghold. 12 across the 2 mana shrines, 8 across the 4 magic towers, and then 10 across the 5 defense towers. So there's 60 defenses total, which is 2 per clan member. What about this new max level 6 base? Whoa, boy. Well, he's still at the 18 post. Now there's 30 in the stronghold. There'll be 36 in the mana shrines, 36 in the magic towers. That's a huge increase. 60 in the defense towers for a whopping 180 defenses total, 6 per clan member. So yeah, can you build? Tag Team Arena building 3 good defenses is pretty rough. For Siege, you're gonna need 6. That's intensive, and also then if you're trying to coordinate an attack, having on average 6 attacks per clan member. That's a huge amount to coordinate. So, wow, it's getting massively bigger. I'm not actually sure what it's like at level 3. I don't know. Is it like 90 or something like that? I'm not sure. I'm guessing maybe 90 at level 3. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Let me know if you know for sure. But yeah, gosh, that's that. Oh, oh my god. I've been leaning on my phone and the AI is talking to me. That happened during one of our faction war things. Anyway, that's a huge increase in the number of defenses and attacks. It's going to be really tough to actually build those defenses. But yeah, there is more. Let's get the next step. So the next step is all about traps. A new defensive mechanic called traps will debut with update 10.55 as well. Available in defense towers and magic towers, and we will, by the way, we'll take a look at a bunch of all the traps that I can see in the current siege as an example, and we'll see them in a minute. We'll read through this first, though. Available in defense towers and magic towers, these traps can be installed by any player who is assigned their champions to serve as a defense team, within overall limits, of course. So, for example, at a level 1 base, you may have 2 traps total in your entire base. That goes up substantially. I will see it here in a second, actually. Some traps conceal one of the defense team's champions and its total power, Others force the attacker to contend with adverse effects, such as irresistible debuffs hitting specific champions, or other tricks that limit their team's effectiveness. Every eligible tower, it must not be damaged, will get 3 randomized trap options at the beginning of the siege, and any player can choose one to activate for their own defense team at the cost of florins and mana orbs. You can only have 2 active traps per tower, and the overall number of traps in a fortress depends on the stronghold level. So if you're still level 1 stronghold, you get 2 traps. Not much fun to be had there. 2 traps total across your entire base. At level 2, it's 4. Level 3, it's 6. At level 4, it's 8. So you're going up an additional 2 traps per level. At level 5, it jumps to 12, so an additional 4. And then at level 6, it jumps to 18, an additional 6. So the traps are definitely scaling up. Like you are getting proportionately at level 5 and at level 6 of the stronghold, you're getting a larger amount of traps relative to everything else. Traps can be deactivated and reactivated at will during the prep phase, and any spent resources will return to the player. Clan leaders can... That's interesting. So they can be deactivated. So yeah, okay. So you can just keep switching. You can be like, okay, let's put these traps here. Oh no, wait, no, turn them off. I don't want the trap here. Take it away. You get your resources back. So same as like you can assign teams and then take them away during the prep phase. Cool. Clan leaders can deactivate any clan member's traps if they wish to. The player will be reimbursed in this case as well. Also, we'll give clan leaders an option to remove any defense team they deem improperly placed in the prep phase. So yeah, the clan leader can just kick out defense teams, can kick out traps as they want. That makes sense. They're the clan leader, so cool. The opposing clan will see the trap and its effects when they reveal the defense team that activated it. So if you have... That's interesting. So I suppose if let's say, in Defense Tower 2, if I activate the trap with the second team here, they don't see that. I think the trap affects the whole tower. I think it affects the whole group. So if you put your traps at the back of the group, I guess enemy players might not know about those traps. That's interesting. Yeah. Let's see. Let's read this through. Let's see if we're getting that right. The opposing clan will see the trap and its effects when they reveal the defense team that activated it. Important note, only the first player to attack the defense team in question will suffer from the trap's negative effects, albeit they will persist through all attempts at defeating the defense team. Therefore, it's possible to sacrifice an attack scroll and have another clanmate dislodge the defenders without having to deal with their trap should you fail to win that first battle. Okay. So I activate a trap. Let's take one trap here as an example. Contamination. When an enemy receives healing from a skill for the first time in a battle, it does damage to them equal to the value of the heal. So let's say I put that on group number 2. Or slot number 2 here. I think then this will affect the whole group, but only for the first person to attack. So, I mean, let's say we could send in Nub. Let's say, Nub, you suck, right? Nub, you go attack whatever. Go attack this tower. Find out what the trap is. Lose. But then tell the clan what's going on. And it doesn't even matter. You don't even need to tell the clan what the trap is, actually. There's no point in telling them what the trap is because the trap's not going to affect anybody else. It's only going to affect you. Or I guess it will affect every group in the slot. But you might, yeah. You probably want to win without sacrificing players. It's interesting. Okay, this is interesting. I'll have to think about this. So it seems like you can sacrifice players and say, right, you go in, you get rid of the trap on this battle, and then we'll send in someone to actually take down the team for real. They don't have to deal with the trap. Well, kind of weird. Okay. Well, we'll see exactly how it works. Let's look at some trap examples, and let's see what we can make of it. So let's start over here in Defense Tower 2. Available traps. So there's 3 options for each tower. I don't know how many are in the pool total, but it's going to be randomized. And I believe that defense towers and magic towers have different types of traps that can be in there. So this defense tower, Unseen Defender, hide one defense team champion from view until the start of a battle. Which obviously, I mean, it doesn't even matter if that's removed because you can just tell your clan who's in there anyway. So cool. Corrosive Subterfuge places a decreased crit damage debuff and a decreased crit rate debuff on all enemies for 1 turn at the start of a battle. They cannot be resisted. Or Blunting Barricade decreases the damage inflicted by each enemy's first active skill used against each ally by 20%. That's pretty powerful. So yeah, I think hiding a defense team champion, that makes it really difficult to attack, and yeah, you're quite screwed there. You just have to guess what sort of champ they have. That could be very nasty. Um, yeah, the corrosive subterfuge. This seems quite weak. I'd assume that stone skin just stops this. So yeah, just so long as your damage dealers are in stone skin, it doesn't do anything. And otherwise, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so that's a bit weird. And then this seems very strong. Just your enemies would do 20% less damage, so their nukers just do 20% less damage the first time they attack anyone, which is pretty cool. So there we go. That's Defense Tower 2. Let's look at, so the mana shrines, no traps there. No traps there. Magic Tower 2. So again, I think these are different. Blinding Bait puts a 50% decrease accuracy debuff on the enemy at the highest accuracy for 1 turn at the start of a battle. Can it be resisted? That's actually really powerful. That's very good. Like, whatever. Big decreased accuracy on their Armans or their Fabian or something. Pretty cool. Again, I assume Stone Skin would just stop this from working. But that could be pretty clutch. And you could actually... That's actually a fun one. But again, Stone Skin may be an issue. Blunting Barricade, same thing here for the Magic Tower. So it is the same there. It is the same. Yeah, it's the same. Okay. And then Lava Cauldron places a HP burn debuff on enemies under Stone Skin for 2 turns at the start of a battle. Cannot be resisted. That's kind of cool. So it will help you destroy their Stone Skin. But you could have a burn activator. Bear in mind, the Magic Tower is placing this burn. The Magic Tower does not have the new relic that makes your burns do more damage. And the Magic Tower doesn't have the Incinerate Blessing at rank 5 or 6 or whatever. So you're not getting those effects. So I'm not sure if that burn will be strong enough to destroy all the Stone Skins. Yeah, maybe with the burn activator. Yeah, it's certainly interesting. Yeah, okay. All right, Slow Start puts decreased speed on the enemy at the highest speed for 1 turn at the start of a battle. Again, that could quite disrupt an enemy speed tune composition. Kind of cool against Stone Skin would mess it up, but their fastest champ might well not be in Stone Skin. We've got the decrease accuracy 1. We've got the decrease. Okay, so we're seeing a lot of repeats. Defense Tower 5, what's in here? Contamination. We've seen this already. When they receive healing, it will do damage equal to the value for heal. Pretty darn niche. Virulent Pitfall puts 3 poison debuffs on all enemies at the start of a battle. Cannot be resisted. Again, if the tower had an Arachne Elixir and loads of attack and lethal dose, that would be very scary. But the tower doesn't have those things, so I don't think that's really not a big deal at all. Price of Power destroys each enemy's max HP by 10% for each buff placed on them on their first turn in a battle. Oh my god, that's so much stronger than everything else. Up to 50%. Holy shit, man. Wow, that's insane. That's actually really strong. So, like, if they're trying to run like a Sifi or an Arbase or a Lazarius, almost anyone that's boosting, like any turn meter booster, most of them are doing buffs as well. You're just getting your HP absolutely chunked. That's actually really hard to deal with against an enemy speed team as well. That's okay. That one's way stronger than the others. Right, for this one, we've got the Unseen Defender, Slow Start, Dual Weapons. This is new. Reduces the ignore defense effects of each enemy's first hit in a battle by 50%. Again, that really nerfs their damage. That's pretty powerful. Defense Tower 3. The bad healing one, less damage on the first hit. Botched Attack decreases each enemy's defense by 30% until the start of their first turn in a battle. Again, that's actually not that good. It's actually not that good. It's like the small decreased defense. But here's the thing. You're typically running as much ignore defense as possible on your damage dealer. So this isn't that big of a deal. I don't know. Maybe someone could do the maths on that and work it out. Maybe it actually is a big deal. Maybe that is a significant damage increase. I just feel like there's several damage dealers that certainly would be ignoring 100% defense anyway, so they're not going to benefit. But I suppose if you're not ignoring 100% defense, maybe it does end up to a decent chunk. I don't know. And obviously you have to be faster than them. It's a maybe. It's a maybe. Do we look at Defense Tower 4? No, that's a new icon. The weapons. Master Exploder puts a bomb debuff on enemies under Stone Skin. Now we're talking. The bomb debuff is the damage is based on the target's max HP. Cannot be resisted. Now that could be extremely strong. The burn is only going to do burn damage. And yeah, it does lots of extra damage to Stone Skin, but not a big deal. This might actually kill enemies with Stone Skin. It depends how strong it is. Yeah, maybe it's not strong enough. It depends how much damage that does. I'd be curious to see how this works in practice. Maybe it's absolutely terrible. Maybe it's totally OP and it just kills people in stone. We'll find out. Who knows? Botched attack again. Okay. 2 more towers left. Magic Tower. We've got the slow start. We've got the healing thing. Battle Shackles. Decrease the duration of all buffs on an enemy by 2 turns the first time they attack. I assume this would maybe every enemy in the enemy team would suffer. So the first time each character on the enemy team attacks, their buffs get reduced by 2 turns. That's extremely strong as well, if that's how it works. If it's just the first enemy to attack in a fight gets their buffs reduced by 2 turns, it's not that big of a deal. Can't be resisted either. That sounds pretty strong to me. And then the final defense tower, a new one, perfect conditioning. Decrease the duration of cooldown increasing effects by 1 turn when used by an enemy against each ally the first time in a battle. Okay, so they come in with like Alice, right, who increases skills by 2 turns. Now she only increases them by 1 turn. And you get 1 turn of cooldown reduction at the start of your turn. So Alice effectively doesn't do anything. It makes Yumiko a lot weaker. Warlord would still be pretty good, but yeah, that's interesting. Not crazy powerful, but it could make a difference in a fight. And we've got Blunting Barricade and the Lava Cauldron. Okay, so there we go. There's some samples of all the traps. They seem... have to see some of them in action. Some of them, to me, sound like they're probably actually quite weak. Some of them sound like they could actually be quite strong. But yeah, traps. There we go. That's how traps. What do we think of traps? Let me know in the comments. I've got the final update here as well. Oh, and just to say as well, like I really can't test it. You really can't test Siege on the test server. It doesn't work. And for whatever reason on the test server, they've made the prep phase really short, but they've made the matchmaking phase just the same length of time. It's actually quite difficult on the test server to get footage, like even just to see this screen of Siege. Half the time when you look, it's in just the loading screen, you know. Stay tuned. It's starting and like it's quite frustrating. Anyway, here we go. So the final thing they're changing then with Siege is new Siege tiers. We're adding Siege tiers 7 and 8 to the game, and progression into these tiers will work a bit differently. Once the clan accumulates enough Siege points, it earns a place in tier 7 automatically. To advance into tier 8, the clan must win its next Siege and use at least 30 attack scrolls in the process. I think that's good because, well, does it really matter? I was going to say, a big problem with, wrong one over here, Battle Report? Yeah, tier. A big problem with how it's been before has been that you just get to tier 6, and then the ideal strategy, the best strategy, is just to lose as many fights as you can on purpose while still winning. So you still win the battle, you get the rewards, but you try to stay at the bottom of tier 6 to get easier fights, right? Because there's no benefit to going higher. There's no benefit to actually winning. This addresses it maybe a little bit, but you probably would use your 30 attack scrolls no matter what, but you'd just be losing a lot of them intentionally, which is silly. But yeah, but you still need to win. Okay. However, if the clan loses a siege or fails to launch the required 30 attacks, it will be demoted to a tier 1 step below. Fortunately, they'll still earn siege points even if the battle is lost, and as long as there's enough to reach the tier 7 requirement, you'll automatically enter that after the next siege victory. Okay. So yeah, let's take a quick look at this. So to get into tier 7, it's 5,000 points. It's way higher. So you need 5,000 points, then bam, you're in tier 7. Then you win in tier 7, you go into tier 8, and then so long as you keep winning and you do your 30 battles, you stay in tier 8. If you lose in tier 8, you'll drop into tier 7, unless you go below the 5,000 points, in which case you'd be back into tier 6. But yeah, this is actually really good. They've really expanded this up. So yeah, like I've received many angry comments in the past because I am, of course, solely responsible about the clan of which I am a member and not an officer, not a leader or anything, not an admin, nothing, just a regular member. I am solely responsible for any decisions. But many clans, not just my clan, tons of clans in tier 6. I know there was a few people that were very angry, complaining about my clan in the Supreme Club. They said, I think they were basically saying, we paid to win against Nub's clan, and we didn't. It's a disgrace. We paid for this victory. Gosh darn it. I think that's what they said. I don't know, maybe I'm misremembering. Doesn't matter. But yeah, this is really good though because look, the matchmaking, manipulating the stuff is it's actually a problem across all game modes, and it just sucks. I think it's much better. I don't think this fully solves it, but it does improve it. Same as like it doesn't fully solve it in any of the modes. Like the Hydra Clash is manipulated, Chimera Clash manipulated, Arena is manipulated. It's all manipulated, and it all kind of sucks as opposed to just people just giving it their best and having fair competition, or at least as fair competition you can have in a game where you can purchase, you know, benefits with money. It can never be a serious PvP game, in my opinion. But it could be a lot better. This helps it take a step towards better because the really strong clans will be up in tier 7 and 8 and not bullying, you know, a clan that actually should be, you know, a clan that should be around 2,200 points, right? Terrible place to be because you're just getting picked on by bigger clans, you know, like mine and like many others that, you know, it just makes sense. It's just the smart way to play the game. It is how the designers have designed the game to be played. That is literally what the old mode told you to do. This new mode pushes you towards what is, I think, the more intuitive, good thing to do, and that's good. So great. What else do they have to say here? Rant over. The rewards in tier 7 and 8 will be greater than in previous tiers, alongside the usual mythical gear. Higher tiers give extra clan points, unique avatar frames, and crafting materials needed to create clan relics. Okay. Are they only? It doesn't show it here. So there's nothing showing over here in terms of those rewards. But there will be clan okay, Plarium. I think it's great that we give, you know, clan relic crafting stuff up here. Here's an idea though. How about we add clan crafting materials to all the tiers? How about everyone gets some? And yeah, you can get some extra ones. Maybe like there's, you know, a few mythical fragments up for grabs in tier 7 or 8. But we could sprinkle some legendaries down here. We could sprinkle some epics here. We could sprinkle some rares. You know, we could give people, you know, we don't need to keep the relics just to tier 7. That sounds like what you're doing. It's relic fragments only for tier 7 and 8. We've got multiple rarities of relics, and we've got multiple, you can have, you know, multiple quantities, different quantities of them, you know? And like, fuck it. I don't even care. Give everyone relics. Get equal relics for everything. I don't know. Why not? Like, come on, man. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, give a bit. I suppose giving a bit more so there's actually some reward to being a higher tier makes sense. But we could sprinkle some stuff around. Yeah, okay. So there we go. That's what's happening with Siege. So, yeah. Way more levels in your fortress. I think the big thing is more tiers. So the really strong clans will be pushing much, much further up for the higher rewards. I am curious if now you will actually be upgrading your buildings. I don't know, because it's a really big change in the number of fights. And yeah, the new traps thing, I'm not sure how impactful that's going to be. It's really hard for me to judge that just from reading the things. Like, maybe they'll do nothing, maybe they'll do a lot. How expensive were they? Actually, let's just take a quick gander. Oh, are these, see, all traps? Okay, no, but these are just specific one. Like, let's say if I stick in a team here. Oh, this is how much it costs. So it's going to cost you 500 florins and 250 mana orbs for each trap. That feels pretty expensive for the florins, does it not? Like, I don't know, to upgrade our building is 10k. I mean, spending 500 on a trap, spending like 1,000 coins per siege on 2 traps seems pretty expensive, especially if they're just gonna only work on the first attack. I don't know. I do think it's I will say, strategically, having this many attacks for people to coordinate and having to coordinate around the traps, like going up against a level 6 base with all this stuff maxed at 18 traps, 180 defenses, that's a lot for the enemy clan to organize over the course of 2 days. So just from the administrative burden, the logistical burden you're placing on the enemy, even if you don't have, you know, 6 good teams per clan member, even if a bunch of your teams are shitty, the logistical burden is pretty heavy. So I don't know whether you think that's good or bad. I'll leave that up for you guys to decide. Probably most people think it's bad because, I mean, we're talking about YouTube comment section here. Let's be real. But I don't know. Well, let me know what you think, and then we'll see what we think after actually playing it with a bit, playing with it for a bit. Again, several big problems for me in Siege that this might fix. Number one, actually upgrading your buildings. Number two, actually pushing up and not just manipulating matchmaking. That's been a problem for tier 6 for basically since it started. Been a huge problem. Number three is that I think the stuff isn't all that interesting to do. I don't know if they fixed that. Have they made it any more interesting, or is it just a bit shit? I think that might still be a problem, but we'll see. But anyway, let's dive into some other changes. All right, folks, now this is a big one. Chimera rebalance. I mean, it's great that they're actually rebalancing this. It's good because, I mean, I mentioned it in a video recently. Curse City never did anything. At least Chimera is getting something. Will this be on the level of the Hydra rebalance that made Hydra much better? Let's find out. We plan to make several adjustments to Chimera battles in the coming update. The Ram form was overperforming with its damage reflection tricks and the difficulty of the duel effect. At the same time, the Lion was not quite as powerful as envisioned originally. I agree with both of these things. The Lion is super easy, and the Ram form was stupidly hard. Your damage is just dead all the time. And yeah, like, what does the duel bar even do? Like, I mean, basically your duel person just dies, and that's sort of the end of it. Therefore, we attempted to bring both forms closer to the original vision and adjusted some of the trials that were deemed too harsh in their requirements. That's good. Here's the general plan. The Ram form will become easier to deal with. The Chimera will reflect 10% of damage instead of 25% whenever you place a fear debuff on it, and a true fear will negate damage reflection altogether. Should these debuffs trigger and prevent the Chimera from using an active skill, its turn meter will be increased by 25%, down from 50%. And the dual progress bar will now be equal to 0.5% of the Chimera's max HP, down from 1%. However, the Ram form will get its base accuracy increased to 100, so it will be harder to resist its debuffs. I assume that's just they're adding plus 100 to all difficulties. Because I don't think the Ram form had less than 100 accuracy on Ultra Nightmare, for example, or whatever. No, I don't think so. Okay, so a couple of quick things. So the dual bar is now going to be basically half the size. So it'll be much easier to complete. Let's dive it. Let's get there. Here we go. Let's just jump in and let's have it rolling. Well, let's just do Nightmare so that it's less random. And let's go. Make this smaller. And it's probably too small now for you to see. Sorry. But yeah, I can see it. So I'll talk you through it. Interesting. I'll pause. I'll probably pause it and come back when we get to the RAM because the loading screen itself is taking forever. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so we're coming up to the form flip now. I'm going to just log in on my phone as well for the trials. I want to compare the difficulty of the trials. We're not worried too much here about at all. In fact, we're just going to leave it on auto. Or, well, hang on. Let's pause it real fast. Oh, shit. Was she targeted? What? Why did that happen? That's not supposed to happen. Something is broken with the gear on the test server. That's great. We can compare the trials, but yeah. So here we go. He still reflects the full damage, but when he's under fear or true fear, it's still a problem when you get to this form because he throws back the first debuffs. And it's really difficult to speed tune this boss, so that still seems hard. You're still going to need a reviver. Hang on. Let me fix this. I'll come back to it because that's stupid. Give us a second. Oh, my lord. Okay, while we get back to this, actually, I'm in Chimera in the game. You actually need to be in the game, I think, to see the numbers. You need to be in the actual fight, but just to break down the RAM form trials to give you an idea. So on the same difficulty, on the live game, I believe it's 1.5 million damage while they're under fear, true fear. And in the test server, it's 1.2. So it's gone down from 1.5 to 1.2. On normal, both are 500k. They are the same. On hard, defeat the dual bar in 5 turns. Probably should, again, get ahead of... you find folks from the United States of America. I say duel because I am from Ireland and that's what we say. I know that you say duel or whatever in America, but I'm not American or in America. Sorry, deal with it. But the dual bar, 5.9 million on the test server. It's 11.9 on the live game. So that's a huge difference. 6 debuffs is the same. 2 million gone down to 1.5 there. And then for hard, 500k. Then 1.2 million gone down to 800k. In fact, hang on. Let's just turn this off auto. So what happened was when they copied my test server, they must have stolen her gear. Well, Here we go. We'll take a look at this. Let's look at the final trial first. So the easy one has gone from 1.2 million down to 800k. The normal difficulty still 12, and then hard is gone from 7 down to 6. So a little bit easier. Cool. All right. That's neat. I dig it. I dig it. Okay, cool. So there we go. Now, let's take a look at the actual changes. So one thing that I can't see with my my setup, my dual target just dies and duel is over. But if you can keep your dual target alive, which is difficult, you have to get through half as much. It still seems pretty substantial, though. Like, you still have to deal 6 million damage within 5 turns from one shot. That's pretty tough. And doesn't it target? Hang on. It puts duel on the enemy with the lowest crit damage. So basically, a champion who has no crit damage probably has to somehow do that much. Like, that's very hard. You will have War Master procs, obviously will help a good bit, but that's not easy, like, at all. Oh, good, we got one debuff thrown back, and here we go. We actually didn't die immediately, so that's a positive. But he's gonna die now. Now he's dead. Oh, ninja. Oh no, he survived again. Wow. Now this is not damage reduction. This is just him doing less damage. He doesn't have relics and stuff like he would. Oh, he's dead now though. Well, thanks, ninja. We salute you. Thanks for your noble sacrifice. I mean, sure. Well, we'll just do some ally attacks. So yeah, the dual bar is smaller, but we're not really seeing that. Now, the damage reflection is going to be smaller when we've got fear or true fear. I'm using Lydia. Lydia just has the normal fear. So now, instead of having 25% of the damage come back, it's only going to be 10%, which should make it a heck of a lot easier. Let's see if we can revive Ninja. Can he actually survive? Here we go. There we go. We also saw the other change. He missed his turn because of the fear. And this is very random. So it says it here somewhere amongst his millions of paths, decrease the chance of fear or true fear activating in the first place. So normally there's a 50% chance that the enemy will miss their turn with fear or true fear. The Chimera only has a 25% chance. And it used to be when that 25% triggered, he'd get 50% turn meter. So he'd just start lapping you, right? Because he'd get a huge turn meter boost. He'd start outrunning his debuffs. It was absolutely hard. He gets back to his moves. It was like horrible. Now the chance to miss it is low, but he gets 25% turn meter. I don't really know why this is here, honestly. Like, I feel like we could have just deleted that and probably just delete this as well, and it would be okay. It's already kind of annoying, I will say, isn't it? Like, you're already relying on fear to stop his turn or whatever, which is already a bad effect. I don't know. Seems dodgy to me. Either which way. There's really no way in which any of this is good, but whatever. Right, okay, one more turn. Let's bring Ninja back. Let's see. Can Ninja survive a hit? Again, it's not quite a fair comparison just from the perspective that I don't have any relics here, which kind of sucks. So he shouldn't get targeted by the boss. So we should be fine. Can Ninja survive a hit here? Is he just gonna be dead? No, he's just dead. He took 55. So that was the 25% damage reduction. So I don't know if this is enough. That's 10%. Sorry, 10% damage reflected. He still killed himself instead of 25. If you don't have as strong of a damage dealer, they might survive. But I still think a lot of them are going to die. True Fear, though. True Fear will get you past it. You won't take any damage back. So True Fear actually becomes really strong. There's not that many good True Fear champions against this boss, though. But maybe in the future they'll release like a fusion or a login or something, or mission reward champion maybe. That would be nice. Give you a mission reward champion. I would like a permanent guaranteed source in the game that when you get that champion, it just makes this boss really easy and you can kind of just chill. That'd be kind of nice. So there we go. My look at the RAM form. Have they made it easier? Yes, but it still seems kind of shitty. It just seems fundamentally shitty is how I sort of feel about it. And yeah, having a good damage dealer built, they will still probably kill themselves. That being said, if you got a tanky damage dealer like a Toshiro or something like that, they might survive. I think Marius would still easily kill himself with his A2 unless you've got True Fear. And so on. Ninja, it's going to be really hard to keep him alive unless you've got True Fear. And so on. We'll come to the line form in a second. Let's check out the other trials just quickly, so you guys can know what has actually changed. So if I come to the line form, on easy, 500k, 500k. 400k. Oh, wow. 400k has gone down to 150k. And the lion form has gotten stronger. He's got more attacks as well. So this should be much more doable. Whereas before, this was basically impossible. Yeah, 400k down to 150, and the boss is stronger. Then on hard, 450k down to 350k. So this is still very difficult, but a little more doable. I don't know. We'll have to see. You basically couldn't. It was really hard to even get to this trial in the first place because getting past the shield one was almost impossible. Like, you know, like especially if you're running a block damage team and you got shield, this is a pain in the ass. So we'll see. Maybe that's more doable. For the middle trials, trial number 2 on easy, 1.2 million to 1.2, it's the same. 2 million, 2 million, it's the same. And then 800k, 800k, it's the same. Those are very easy, so that's fine. Trial number 3, 2.5, 2.5. At 10 and 10, and then 1.5 million down to 1 million. So damage the Chimera with reflect damage, pain link, or passive reflect effects. That's gone down a significant chunk. And yeah, he's also going to be doing more damage in line form. Let's leave this play. Hopefully they will not die. I don't know. Maybe they will. Hopefully they won't die, and we can read some other trials. So let's just go ahead. Let's read the Viper trials, and we'll check out the other form when we get there. So jumping to the Viper. Trial number 1. 1.5, 1.5, same thing. 1 million, 1 million. Now, this one was always a bit too hard. Now, it's the same. Just getting the 9 debuffs with not active block active skills is quite tough. So that seems like it's still the same. Trial number 2. 250k down to 200. Sorry, I should also say this is just on Nightmare. On normal, 3 turns, 3 turns. Okay, and hard, same thing. Okay, and then trial number 3, 1.2 million, still 1.2. 600k, still 600k. And 18, still 18. So they haven't really changed Viper. So yeah, it seems like basically they may, yeah, in short, the duel thing is much easier. They've made some of these just general trials a lot easier. Not a lot, but a little bit easier as well for the Ram. The Lion, they've made the getting hit yourself trials easier. So the shield, taking damage from while you've got shield, taking damage reflection is easier, and absorbing damage or block damage and killable is easier. So they're the main ones that they've hit. Not sure if it's going to be enough. We'll see. I mean, I will tell you right now, initial impressions from me, we'll see the Lion form are, I'm a little bit underwhelmed, to be honest. Now, here we've got a problem. I'm not actually at, because I haven't been running the battle on the live game. I'm not at the Lion form. But again, we are on Nightmare. I can just bring up the Lion form's ability. So what have they changed? They've changed Lion form, more attack, shred reality. Okay, this is A2. So it's A3. Let's look at that first. A3 coming up. So Atomizing Roar. He does a single target attack, removes decrease attack, decrease crit rate, decrease crit damage, ignores 50% defense, an additional 10% defense for every debuff removed. Okay. Extra turn if he kills an enemy. If the initial target survives, attacks all other enemies, and does damage equal to 50% of the damage inflicted by the initial attack, but it cannot be critical. So it's like a massive single target nuke. Here he goes. Here, let's see it. Okay, so he didn't kill her, but he hit harder. So the difference... I'll turn off auto. The difference here... So still does the same same thing at the start. But yeah, if the initial target survives, it ignores 100% defense. So this is just going to do a lot more splash damage. Now, it didn't seem like it hit that hard, so I don't feel too bad about it. But yeah, he's going to remove the decrease attack. Next time he comes around to it, he'll remove decrease attack. He will ignore more defense, so hit harder. And this splash is going to hit harder then as well. Hang on one sec. He's coming into his A2. Bang. Okay, a lot more damage coming out there as well. This is only on Nightmare, and Ninja almost died. So it is a lot more damage. On Ultra Nightmare, Ninja would be dead right now. So Shred Reality, what they changed with this, guaranteed AoE attack. Okay. So 3 hits, decrease defense, weaken, ignores block debuffs. Yes. 3rd hit, debuff spread. Spreads decrease defense and weaken. Puts them on all enemies. Yes. Then attacks all enemies if they're under decreased defense or weaken. This text looks the same to me. Now, we were under weaken. So, hang on, what? Shred Reality now becomes a guaranteed AoE attack. It seems like it's still... Maybe this text is incorrect. That's my guess. As far as I can see... the text is the same. But let's go through it again. Let's keep it going here. Let's get back around to his second rotation, and maybe we'll have block debuffs up. But yeah, so let's see. I'm guessing he maybe just hits us with a big AoE attack at the end on everyone except the initial target, regardless of decreased defense or weaken. I'm guessing it's not conditional on that anymore. Let's find out. So hopefully we will have block debuffs up as we come around. If she places block debuffs now before Mikage, we should be good because Mikage will extend it. I don't know. Sort of has to line up well. Yeah, Well, we'll see. Hopefully we should. It's up most of the time with this team. It'll be up on at least Ninja, I think. We might actually get back to Elva recasting the ability before we get there. So there was his A3. That's the hit. It's not too bad. Okay, he's coming up to the A2. We have block debuffs on at least Elva and Ninja. So if they get hit, we know it's going to hit them regardless. So let's see. Oh, we've got it on everyone. Perfect. No, so I'm very confused what it means by... No, sorry, that was the other move. He still has to do... Here he goes. No, yeah, hits everybody. Okay, there we go. I was looking at the wrong move. So yeah, he just attacks all enemies. Doesn't matter if you've got decreased defense or weaken. He just attacks all enemies. Doesn't seem like it hits crazy hard either. So yeah, I mean... Okay, this is just on Nightmare. It's not on Ultra Nightmare, but from what I can see, the Lion form is still pretty easy. He's a bit more dangerous. Maybe in Ultra Nightmare I'll notice it more. But yeah, he seems still totally fine on Nightmare, and the Ram form still seems shit. So I feel like that really hasn't changed. The trials being changed is nice, but yeah, that's sort of my vibes. I don't know. Let me know what you think, but this is literally, I've just tested it live here for you. I haven't run it multiple times or anything like that. My initial impressions, I'm pretty underwhelmed, I will be honest. But we'll do some more testing when it goes live. We'll gather people's thoughts. But to me, I feel like they could have changed more. Yeah, that's sort of it. And like I said, I think that you could strip out some of those passives from the Ram form could just be stripped away and it would just be a better fight. Yeah, I don't know. They're definitely trying to... Clearly, I think the biggest change is going to be if you get a True Fear in there and it just turns off the damage reflection, you're good. But there's really not that many champs that can do it well, that are like really good and have good up to... And he removes it as well. That's the problem. Like Empress can do it, but he's not very good. Hatter can do it, but only, I think, at the first turn of the boss. It's tough. Yeah, there's not many champs that can do it. Lamasu's probably the best one. Can she actually do it on the boss, though? No, she can't. She physically can't True Fear a boss. Against the boss, she doesn't do True Fear. So there's really... These are all the champs I have on my entire account. There's not many. There's really not many. So, yeah, to know about that. Okay, let's look at general quality of life. This is a big video, but I hope you've enjoyed. Okay, now we've got a bunch of miscellaneous quality of life improvements coming in. So yeah, at least they're doing stuff. Like I said, I've been initially a little underwhelmed by all the changes so far in this video. The siege stuff, I'm a little questioning. I'm very much questioning the Chimera changes, but we'll see after more play testing. But a bunch of quality of life too, at least there's that. So, number 1, champions in the vault will become available to upgrade and uses food for instant rank up in the tavern. That seems annoying. It's kind of good I don't have to deal with that in the vault. It would be good if... Well, is it a toggle? Oh, it's that's really annoying. It's just going to try to eat champions in my reserve vault. I guess epics are auto-locked, but it's going to eat like a bunch of the void rares I'm trying to save and stuff like that. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, I guess like you automatically have your epics and legendaries locked, but just watch out. That seems like a bad change as well. I'd be cool if there was a toggle. If I go into instant rank up, if I could be like, oh, here you go. There is a toggle. Apply. If I exit out, will it still be there or what? Okay, maybe you can't toggle it. Maybe we're okay. Okay, maybe we're okay here. But yeah, there is a toggle, so you can now choose to do include champs in the vaults. That seems like an odd change. I don't know. Let me know. Maybe someone does use that. I don't see why you would use that. That seems weird, but it is there. Just be careful when this patch goes live that you don't. Yeah, just I like to keep one copy of every void rare just to have. It's gonna, as far as I can tell, it's just gonna try to eat them because they're basically like level 1 unascended, just sitting in the vault. That's a bit scary. A new option called Commission will become available in the Faction Guardian tab. Commissioning champions assigned to a Faction Guardian chamber will permanently grant that chamber's bonus, remove the champions from storage, and lock the chamber. So I'm interested to test this out. So here we go. If I go into this, or I can commission. I don't even know what his name is. Let's look at this one. Valerie. Okay, hang on. Or is she called I think she's called Valerie. I hope so. Otherwise, we're going to have to pick another chat. Yeah, she is. Okay, so Valerie. I have one of them right now in the reserve vault, and I've got this one, a 6-star Valerie in the master vault. So if I commission, what does this do? Commission these faction guardians. You cannot use them for anything else. So if I commission, champion is locked, unlock, has artifacts, remove and sacrifice. Okay, and bam, I'm blocking it. But look, now it's locked in. I cannot remove them. They're locked. So they're and then I go to Valerie. If my understanding is correct, they're just gone. They are just gone. So this is a weird feature. This is really weird. What is this good for? This would be good for slots like this, where I've basically got a couple of rare champs in the reserve vault. I can now come in and I can delete them and they're gone. And that slot is locked. And yeah, I guess it just locks them from left to right. Doesn't really matter. So they're gone now. This feature, though, it seems again, this is another good one. I can commission these. Great. Now, why this seems to me kind of shitty, honestly. Here's the problem. As you saw, my 6-star Valerie, that's actually level 6, I just deleted her on the test server. She's gone. She is gone. I've no way of getting her back. Now, I had lots of warnings. That's good. But she's gone. What that means is, let's say the legendaries. Like, I can't commission these slots because it's going to delete 2 legendaries permanently. Why would you want to do that? That's just a really bad idea. You do not want... Don't commission your legendary slots. I beg you. Like, it's like, number one, you know, you might want to unbind them at some point. Unlikely, but you might want to empower those champs at some point. You might want to use them at some point. You never know. And especially with empowerment, they add new champions. And sometimes they're just like, screw it. You know, Hall's Ring empowers He-Man. You know, and then suddenly, well, if you just fed a bunch of Hall's Rings, you're pretty upset, you know? So, yeah, this just seems like a terrible, terrible thing. It's just useless for legendaries. Like, do not commission legendaries. Keep them. But more than that, and same thing with your epics, you know? Unless you're certain you're not going to use them, then no good. But, I mean, like you can see, as I've got it set up, to maximize my vault space, I try as much as possible to pair a champion I definitely use with one that's in the vault. So, best case scenario, you know, I'm not going to delete these. So there's 5 champions here I would definitely not commission, not delete, because they're actual epics I want to keep. Best case scenario, if I fully commission my epic Bannerlords, I'm saving 5 spaces from these 5 champions in the vault that I can now get rid of. 5 spaces? And here's the other problem. These 5 spaces, guess what? They're reserve vault spaces. I don't know. Does anyone have a problem? Like, it's not helping you with the master vault or your main storage. It's your reserve vault. The reserve vault's pretty cheap. I mean, like, I've got a bunch of stuff in here. I mean, freeing up some space is nice, but it's not a huge deal. And I just sort of shove a lot of copies of stuff in here so I've got food for champion training events. You know, I personally just don't really feel all that stressed about reserve vault space. So this commissioning thing, I don't really get it, man. I feel like, number one, it's not going to save you much space. Number two, it's a massive trap for players with legendaries, unless you're mega advanced in the game. Number three, it's only saving you a few reserve slots. I don't know about this. This, to me, feels like maybe I'm missing something. But this to me feels like a quality of life that nobody asked for and that doesn't really help people that much. And that's frustrating to me because I mean, I put out like two rant videos, I think, in the last week talking about quality of life that we actually need in the game. Like there's a ton that's desperately needed. Like just one example, because I won't go over the rant again. How about background battles that are actually background battles that I can like do other game modes. I can run background battles in dungeons or Doom Tower, whatever, and I can actually fight in the arena. Or yeah, I could run dungeons and do my Doom Tower, or my Cursed City, or my Siege, whatever. I can do other stuff. Or heck, how about background battles that run while the game is closed? Oh god. Yeah, I don't know about this. Okay, number 3. This is not a good start here. You'll get not a good start. These are both kind of bad. 3. You'll get an option to refresh certain advanced quests if you don't find them suitable. Oh, that's good. The new feature is limited to 1 refresh per day. Several eligible quests may be available simultaneously. You'll get to choose which one to refresh. I like the idea of being able to refresh them. 1 per day is a bit shit. So I can change the use 6 fortress keys. I didn't even know that was a thing. Maybe that's new. I can refresh that. But I can't refresh... Why? Let me refresh any of them. I'll refresh this. Now it's clear stage 15 or higher. The Phantom Shoguns grow 5 times. Are these not new? Oh my god, man. Okay, this is actually... You can tell I've not... you can tell... Bloody hell, you can tell I've not, whatever, prepared the stuff in advance, because, oh my god, I feel like I'm having a breakdown live on camera. What is going on, man? Well, I can see... Maybe I'm wrong. I feel like these are new. What this seems like to me is that instead of just being like, you can refresh, like, whatever. You've got 3 refreshes, refresh whatever advanced quest you want. You have 3 or maybe 5 refreshes, flip them around. It's cool, man. This seems to me like there's a very limited... in fact, it seems like they've added new, harder advanced quests. You can refresh it once. Like, this one's pretty... I have to do Phantom Shoguns grow 5 times? That's really intensive, man. Why? Why is this a thing? You've added harder quests that we can now choose. You get to choose, like, you get 1 random quest and then you can swap it for another random quest, but they're all hard. I don't know about that. Again, I've only looked at... I don't know the amount of things that are going to be affected here, but this, to me, seems like it sucks. Here's my opinion how to quickly fix this is big number of advanced quests, but you only... In fact, what would be cool is you have a bar here with... Just take whatever, make rewards, have whatever, 7 different rewards, give you 12 advanced quests, and say do 7 of them to get all the rewards every day. So you can pick the 7 that you want to do. You can just pick and choose. None of this refreshing into, and then none of this shit. Just keep it simple. Just have a fixed track of, condense all of these rewards into the one fixed track. They do any 7 quests you want to get all of the rewards in order from worst to best. Any 7, here's 12, pick and choose. Fuck it, add in the refresh thing then as well. I don't care. But yeah, I do not know about this one. This to me seems like, I feel like all of these so far are quality of life that actually makes your quality of life worse to a greater degree than it makes it better. Am I wrong? That feels what it's like. It's like 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Jesus, I don't know, man. The clan quest to survive 150 turns or more in Hydra battle on brutal difficulty or Hydra is simplified. You only need to survive 100 turns. I don't know if that's simplified or just made easier. But yeah, that's good. That's good. That's actual good change. Great. You only need to survive 100 turns now instead of 150. There's a bunch of stuff like that for Hydra. That's a problem because they nerfed the turn count. Yeah, okay, great. That's good. That's something that's actually good. I feel like there's more quests that need that tweak, but that's actually good. So a change that's just actually good. There's no negative. It's just better. God bless. Wow. What a word. My life has been massively improved. Amazing. The chest rewards tab, accessible in the battle info menu, will be updated for clan boss battles, will clearly indicate if the damage you've dealt is sufficient to claim one of the reward chests. What does that mean? Okay, so Ultra Nightmare. I don't know. Let's go into like an easy difficulty, normal. Like fuck, just to fuck delete it in one shot and see. Um. Okay. Let's ninja smack it a few times. What do we need? Like 2 million or something? I don't know. This should do it. Almost. Give him a couple of turns to smack it. And let's see what happens. I don't really know what to expect here. Okay, I mean, surely that's enough for a chest. So I think I've done enough for a chest. Info? Oh, here we go. Oh, this is actually good. Okay. Actual good. Actual good change. All right, now there's a chest reward tab. So you have to click the, I'm blocking it, info button right here. Click the info button and it breaks it down. That's actually good. And that's in for, what, all the clan bosses? Actual good change. Oh, clan boss battle, so all of them. Okay, great. Same thing for, I presume, all of them. But, I mean, you do quick battles for the other ones, so probably not quite. But if you're manualing them and it's a struggle, then, yeah, that's actually great. Okay, good change. Oh, wow. Let's give it a green tick. Give it 2 green tick, 3 green tick. Actual good change. Give it ticks over here. There we go. This one gets a little tick as well. We're using positive reinforcement now to try get better quality of life changes than this. Okay, you know what? Positive reinforcement time is over. Okay, we're getting red X's here right now. There we go, some red X's. Maybe there should be more. I don't know. I've got, oh, sorry, my mouse can scroll sideways as well as up and down. Rank up items, chicken and feast will be stacked by rank in the tavern menu to avoid unnecessary clutter. You'll get a slider to choose the number. Okay, that seems like that might be okay. Hang on, let me take you, max you out. Okay, and we go to upgrade rank. Oh, look at that. Yeah, oh, that is actually way better. Now I'm on the tester, so I've got loads, and you just slide the thing. Okay. That's good. You get a little tick. Great. So yeah, chickens takes up less space. Just do the slider. That's actually good. The tavern is still a carpal tunnel inducing hellhole, but this helps improve it a little bit. It's still shit, but it helps it a bit, which is good. Actually counts as quality of life. So it's something, it's small, but it is actually good. Hooray. We'll increase the size of silver and gold tiers in Tag Team Arena. Let's check that out. I think I can still see the tiers. These tiers are still really small. No, I'm only joking. Okay, so over here, hang on, let me check this. Okay, so comparing this to the live game, I'm very confused because this appears to have gotten worse. Okay, so on the test server, you can only have 1,250 players in Goal 4 of Tag Team Arena. On my live game, there's 2,500 allowed. So it appears to me, and let's see, it's gone from 3,000 down to 1,875, from 4,500 down to 2,500, from 7,000 down to 3,000, from 15,000 down to 7,500. So it seems to me like their intent was to double the player limit for all of the stages. But if I'm understanding it correctly, what they've actually done is they've halved it. Am I crazy? Like, I'm on the test server here, haven't I? Yeah. So, yeah. 1,000 players, 1,250 players is less players allowed into Gold 4 than 2,000. Oh, fuck me. I will message them, and in case they don't know, I'll message them. Oh my god. Let's put a yellow question mark about that one. Okay. I maybe I'm being an idiot, but I don't know. I feel like I've gone insane. I feel like I feel like I went into this with so much hope, and I feel like my brain is melted. I don't even know what to think anymore. 19 champions will receive AI behavior tweaks to better perform in PvP and PvE. Dedicated in news about these changes. In-game news, I guess, or Dedicated news? I don't know. What's in news? Let's give in news. Dedicated in news. Let's give that a question mark as well. Cause I genuinely don't even know if my brain works anymore. I'm very confused by life in general. Well, there we go. I guess that's everything, guys. So we've got okay, I mean we could give this one a line. So we've got like one neutral one. We've got 3 positives, 3 negatives, and 1 question mark for quality of life. Siege stuff is interesting. We will see. Will Siege no longer be a mode with cool potential and terrible execution, or will it still be a mode with good potential, terrible execution? I'm not sure. And the Chimera changes to me felt underwhelming. Step in the right direction, but I didn't feel like they achieved their goals, was my thought. And the quality of life stuff is shit, honestly. Let's be real. There should be massive green ticks, right? Right? There's no shortage of stuff that players complain about and quality of life that players ask for. Quality of life improvements, this should be a massive list of giant green ticks. There's no reason for it not to be a list of massive giant green ticks of being like, yes, this is what we've asked for. This genuinely makes the game massively, tangibly better. I don't know, man. I don't know. There we go. Let me know what you think of this test server. Let me know if I misunderstood something or if I've gone crazy. I don't know. Guys, thanks for watching. This has been an hour video. I, I really wish there was more stuff in the game that was like, wow, really good to back it up. I feel I kind of spent an hour looking through this stuff and kind of gone, wow, that's it. Oh. I had so much. I genuinely went into this video thinking this will be really long, but I've got hope, man. I went into this really hopeful. I don't know. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.